The question about remaining relevant after Trump is gone is only applicable to Christo Aivalis. Whether a YouTube content creator will remain relevant after Trump leaves office is only applicable to Christo Aivalis because he's nothing without Trump, and most of his viewers don't watch past the thumbnail and the clickbait title.
That is, if you're of my generation or older, the $64,000 question, isn't it? What are they, the red hats, the MAGA supporters, going to do when Trump is no longer in office? It'll be interesting to see. I don't think that there's going to be another politician for quite some time that's going to be able to do for them mentally what Donald Trump does.
And also, I already got the answer for that. That poli- that person is his daughter, Ivanka Trump. I got the answer to everything. If his daughter, Ivanka Trump, run in 2028 and win, um, the MAGA movement will still be alive, but it will be an improved version of the MAGA movement. It will be the MAGA movement, Make America Dream Again. That is if Ivanka Trump is interested in running for president in 2028. She will be able to do what Trump did for them, or even better.
For them mentally, I don't think Marco Rubio can pull it off, or J.D. Vance, or even Don Jr. I don't think any of them.
I think John Jr. can pull it off. Don Jr. can pull it off. He's a Trumper, just like his dad and just like Ivanka Trump. And I said that many times. If Trump children are interested in running for president, the Democrats will never get power. You will go to your grave without witnessing the Democrats winning a presidential election again or controlling any type of government, whether we talk about the Senate or the House of Representatives.
Can do um, for the maggots what Donald Trump does. It has to be somebody in entertainment. It has to be a Tucker Carlson or even like a Pete Hegseth, who was a Fox News host before he started fucking up the Department of Defense. What'll be really interesting to see is how many of them disengage. Because it has been my experience over the past decade that if you meet 10 Trump supporters, 9 of them aren't going to know a fucking thing about policy. Right? It's like the person that goes to the baseball game because it's the hip thing to do, but ask them a single statistic about what's going on in the game, and they're like, "Oh, no, I'm here because it's Wrigley. I'm here because it's Shea. I'm here because it's Fenway." They don't know, right? That's what I see a significant majority of the MAGA movement as being. They don't give a shit or know about policy. They're rooting for a team. That's why they buy the merch, right? It's about W's and L's. It's about wins and losses. Did my guy win? Yes. Owned you, right? They don't know much beyond that. It's bumper sticker politics, right? Build the wall, lock her up, make America great again. It's there's no there. So without Donald Trump there to shovel this bullshit into their fucking face holes, how many of them just disengage and be like, "Fuck, I'll go back." See, I believe a lot of these people are the people that just hated government, no matter who it was, for the longest time. And then Donnie gave them a reason to be on a winning team. And he bought in to their white trash tendencies. He bought into their hater. He sold them on him buying into their white trash tendencies and their hatred and their racism and their bigotry. But he knew that they didn't give a fuck about policy. He could say the right thing and they go, ah.
I mean, yeah, some of them don't know about policy, but others they do know about policy. I I think Benny Johnson know about policy, and the rest of these MAGA political commentator like Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, and Andrew Cleveland, Candace Owens, and so forth. They know about policy. But yes, some of Trump's supporters, they don't know about policy.
without realizing that his half his policies are there to fuck them over too. So when he's gone and he can't sell them on this bullshit anymore, I don't know that anybody else can.
Yes, somebody can. It's Ivanka Trump. She can do it. Wolf of Finance believe it. He predict Ivanka Trump will be the next president, and I believe it.
May go back to normal politics, and I know that it's weird to say this, but normal politics, think Bush v. Gore, you know, think think Obama v. McCain, right? Things were already getting slightly nutty there with Sarah Palin and that movement that kind of began to creep in, right? And then you had the Tea Partiers. They were nuttier than a fucking squirrel turd. And now you got the maggots who are crazier than a shithouse rat. But you want to see shining examples of how little these people know? Follow a guy named Gunny Speaks Out. He drives around on a motorcycle with a big fuck Trump flag and cameras all around him, and people engage with him because he's in southern Indiana and people don't like to see that shit down there. And so one of the things he frequently asks them is name a Trump policy. And they all go, or another one that'll name the three branches of government. Uh, right. You don't know shit. You just know that you're on a winning team and you got the winning merch. Yeah, team. But they don't actually know shit. So it'd be interesting to see how many of them disengage once Trump is gone. And it might take a minute because if Trump is still alive post presidency for a few years, he's going to be engaged. So they're going to be engaged. Right. But as the years go on, or if Trump were to pass away, then that shit begins to fade.
Okay,
And
so
more.
another one. So this one, it's about what he will do after Trump. Me, I think Tom has content. He talks about different things. So I think he will do fine after Trump is gone. There's some YouTuber, there's some YouTuber who don't even do well, even with Trump. Like Beau of the Fifth Column wife. She does not do well even with Trump. Beau was superior to her in every aspect, in spite of the fact that he's a human trafficker. He's superior than her. So I think Trump content, I think Tom Powell Jr. content will do well even after Trump.
Somebody asked, what are the Trumpers going to do when Trump is no longer able to be in office? And I did a video about it, wondering how many of them are going to disengage from politics altogether and so forth and so on. And this person here says, the question is, what are you going to do? He is your life.
No, that's not accurate. This question is accurate for Christo Aivalis. Trump is his life. When Biden was in office from 2021 to 2024, all he did was talking about Trump nonstop. Oh, shoot. Okay, so anti-Trump news, progressive news, but this is not even progressive news. This is Trump news. So again, he keeps on changing his title's name. He doesn't know what um, to call his channel anymore. Christo Aivalis is following a formula that helped him grow. Like, for example, I follow a formula that helped me grow. The reason why I was able to grow my channel to a couple of hundreds and 200s of subscribers is by going live via my phone. Going live via my phone helped my channel grow. So Christo Aivalis is following a formula that helped him grow, which is thumbnails and clickbait titles. Most of his viewers who watches his channel don't watch past the thumbnails and the clickbait titles. Because his video consists of him playing different clip of CNN and MSNBC for 12 minutes without giving any analysis. So he's following a formula that helped him grow. I follow a formula that helped me grow, which is going live via my phone. But that does not change the fact that I still talk about topics that interest me. I still stream about my gameplay, whether it's on the PS3 or on my computer. Assault Hate, Ninja Storm, Batman, and so forth. I follow a formula, but I still post about topics that interest me, and I still get like a couple hundred views for somebody that only has 200 subscribers. So I think Tom Powell Jr. channel is doing well, and his channel will keep doing well even after past Trump. That question is, what are you going to do after Trump is gone? It's only applicable to Christo Aivalis because he's going to do nothing. Unless Ivanka Trump run for president. If Ivanka Trump run for president, his channel will still do well because most of his viewers don't watch past the thumbnail and the clickbait titles. Me, I saw past the thumbnail and the clickbait titles, and I'm not watching any of his nonsense because it's not worth it. It's the same bull crap every single day, playing different clip of CNN and MSNBC, and his video doesn't even match his title.
No, he's not. He's just the biggest news story right now. What am I going to do? I'm going to continue to make content. I'm going to continue to talk about politics. I'm going to continue to talk about bills that are trying to be passed at the federal level and the state level. I have been doing political content creation for over a decade and a half. Probably closer to 20 years if I go back and I look at when I first got on like Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. I was just doing it in written form before I was doing it in video form. There is no shortage of content when you deal with political and social issues. Trump just happens to be the biggest news story of the time period, given the fact that he's the president and the most batshit crazy politician that this country has ever seen. So I'm going to milk this cow for everything it has for the next 2 years, and then I'm going to continue to do what I did before Trump came along, make content about politics and social issues. The Republicans are not going to all of a sudden stop being batshit crazy, and the Democrats are not going to all of a sudden learn how to message.
I mean, not all Republicans are crazy. Not all Republicans are Batcrap crazy. Because not all Republicans are Maga Republicans. They might vote for Trump 95% of the time, but that doesn't mean that they are MAGA where they make where they wear Make America Great hats.
There's still going to be plenty to talk about. There's still going to be plenty to dissect on the political and social issues stage. And I'm not going anywhere. And here's the best part about this entire equation. When it's all said and done with and Trump is gone and the Trumpers can't make him their entire life and we don't have to talk about him from a political spectrum anymore, you are still going to be hanging out in my comment sections. You are still going to be wondering what I'm going to be doing with my life and my content while you follow my content. And I know you don't follow me, but you pay close enough attention to it that you've seen enough of it that you have an opinion on it, right? When he's gone, I'm going to continue making content and you're going to continue watching it. Because you can't not. And no, that doesn't mean everybody. That means you. You can't not watch my videos. You're like every other troll out there who hates and hates and hates and then goes, but what, I got to see what he's doing. I got to see what he's doing. I got to see what he's doing. That's what's going to happen when Trump's gone. I'm going to keep making content and you're going to keep boosting that content because you do exactly what people like me need you to do. Watch and interact. I don't care if it's from a standpoint of hate all you want. Just keep watching and interacting. If you were smart, if you were intelligent, if you had any kind of common sense and critical thinking whatsoever, you would realize that the biggest way to hurt people like myself or other left-leaning content creators is to not engage with it at all.
No, the biggest way to hurt a lot of content left-wing content creator is to make sure the Democrats never get power again. And for that to happen, Trump children needs to run for president. Because if Ivanka Trump runs and it follows by Don Jr. and then after Don Jr., Tiffany Barron Trump, they just pass the baton to each other after they're done with both of their term. You're going to go to your grave without witnessing the Democrats in control of anything. That is if my idea comes to fruition. Because you will be miserable because the party that you're affiliated with, the Democrats, are incapable of being in control of any kind of government.
Not watch the content and then leave a video. Not send it to a friend and go, can you believe this fat fuck? So he has to watch it. The best thing you could do if you wanted to truly hurt people like me is to block us and never see any of our content ever again. But you can't do it because you're a fan and you're always going to watch.
Okay, but me, I feeling, yeah, that guy in his comment section is probably a fan. Me, I'm indifferent. And me, I don't really,
Okay, like this is more interesting.
me, I don't really, I only watch his content once in a while.